Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitters. Thanks for joining me today. This is part 2 of Barbara Valente's memorial pieces. If you saw me a couple days ago, we worked on this for her father's memory for Paul Martin Hogan. And this was filled with feathers, so you'd have to go check that video out. It worked out really cool. And then for her cat Sammy, we did a little paw print and put Sammy's birth date, death date, and the ashes in here. And we also made Sammy a little keychain, and her father's nickname was Hand Grenade Hogan in the Navy, so those two were done. So go back a couple days, check that video out. This one is for her son, Gavin. I think it's pronounced Gavin, spelled G-A-V-I-N-E, Gavin or Gavine, I'm not sure. I think it's Gavin. So her son passed away in 2018. Looks like he was about 17 years old when it happened. So this is in memorial for him. So she did send me some ashes to put in the final coat, which we will put the color in. Today we're going to do a steampunk with gears. Check out all these gears. They are going to go in this clock. This clock holds about 45 ounces of resin, and it will be sitting on its side when it's done. That's the one that she wanted, and we'll get a clock face in here when it's finished. And his favorite color was red, so we will put his ashes in the red on the final coat. She also loves my crushed crystal, so this will be going in there as well, a little tiny bit in each layer. But I'm going to do this in so many layers. Like I said, it holds about 45 ounces. I'm going to do about 8 ounces in each layer. I just got some red in there I need to get out. Always happening. We'll do 8 ounces in each layer, and I'm using my Quick Cure Fast Cure 4-hour resin by Let's Resin today, because that is timed approximately 1 hour between layers. And the reason I want to do a whole bunch of layers is this will look 3D. So I'm going to put a few on every layer, and it will be, because I'm pouring it within like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on the temperature of my room and everything involved. When it gets tacky, I don't want to see any lines through the side of this clock if I can at all help it. So I made sure we weren't going to be leaving, because I want each layer done like that. All right, let's get started. I'm going to mix up some resin. All right, I've got 8 ounces mixed up and ready to go. I've got these little cogs and gears like separated into small, medium, and large. So in case I need a specific one, I don't have to be like searching for it. I've got this draining. All I've got to do is add a tiny little bit of the shimmer dust into the cup, and we will get started pouring. This should hide bubbles. I'm going to see. I'm just going to do the smallest bit, especially since this is the first layer. I don't want to overwhelm the whole clock with the first layer and some shimmer dust in there. And then I'll take my heat gun. This should be pretty thin. Should be a pretty thin layer. I'll take my heat gun and pop any bubbles I see. But the shimmer dust really does, it hides a lot of bubbles. That should be good. Let's see how thick. I don't want to go too, I really just want to cover it. Maybe I'll use this for something else. I just want to cover this bottom surface so these little gears don't poke through. I shouldn't have done all 8. I think I will make something else. I have 3.5 left. That's all I really want in there. So I've got an extra already. Let me grab my heat gun. I thought about that and then I mixed up wrong, so. I will go around these edges with this little tool here because I do see some bubbles clinging onto the sides. So we're going to get all those off. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I knew in my head that I didn't want an 8-ounce first layer, and I mixed up 8 ounces because I was talking about it. So that's all right. We'll make something with it. Actually, she wanted that little bear done. I have to redo the little bear, so we're going to try that again. That's 1.5 ounces. I think I got all those little stinkers. I don't want any bubbles on this at all. That's on the mold. What is that? Let me get that little black thing out. All right, I'm going to color that white. I'm going to color this white. And we're going to marble. She wanted pink and yellow. Let me find a pink and a yellow and see if we can get this to work this time. I did it by mixing pigments together last time, and they kind of merged and it didn't look very good. So I'm going to do it the way I usually do it, which is starting off with white, dripping some alcohol inks in, and then pouring it into my mold that way. So let's try it that way. Let me grab the little bear. I got the bear, and then I split some just white in these cups because I think I might try it again the other way. So let's try it this way. Let me move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. All I'm gonna do, and the yellow is always a problem. It doesn't matter what I make with yellow. Yellow is a problem. It always blends with your other colors. So I'm hoping this can even be done, because this is try number 2. Put some pink in there, and then a lot of yellow. I'm gonna grab a stick. See, the yellow mixes in. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. The yellow is completely gone. I'm just gonna have to mix it all pink. Well, we're going to try this again. We're going to do it the same way I did it the other way and pray these two don't combine. Let me grab another stick. Yellow is such a difficult color to work with because it loves to merge with anything it's next to. I almost need to do mostly yellow. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to combine these. I'm going to do mostly yellow. I wish I had a yellow pigment, but I don't. So I have to use alcohol ink. Maybe I'll throw some mica powder in here. I think I will. Let me go grab some mica powder. This is Lemon by Resin. So let's see. What's the worst that can happen? It's not going to work. It's extra resin anyway. Let me get this away from there. I don't want yellow popping in there. I'm just trying not to lose the yellow this time. And I think I will just pour it in instead of doing any kind of split cup or anything. I'll just take turns pouring it in. Okay, that's pretty yellow. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna spray some alcohol in the little guy. Get down in his ears. And we're gonna take turns. Whoops. Trying to pour them at the same time, yet not be a half and half bear. That's not gonna work either. I don't know. Let's pray these don't combine together. I have enough to try another one as a dirty pour. Should we try that? Let's try that. One of the two should work. Thank God I have two molds. Let me just clean this one out. Little bits of yellow from the last one I did. So, for the dirty pour, let me get him out of the way. For a dirty pour, you're just going to pour it into a cup, layer after layer. Little yellow, then pink. It's how I did the last one, but I did the last one with just alcohol inks and they kind of turned to, oh, it's right here. If you didn't see the last one, it's peach and orange. So those were alcohol inks. Maybe I should have tried some mica powder pink. So if this doesn't work, we will have to go to two different mica powders. All right. And then the rest of the pink. We'll spray this one. Get down in those ears. And then we're just gonna pour. And hope I get yellow in there. This one looks like mostly pink. Well, now we just wait. All right, I will time this, see how long this is going to take to get tacky, and we'll move on to the exciting parts. All right, layer number 2, and this took way longer than I thought, probably because I have such a thin layer. So it's been like 2 hours, and I'm just testing it with a little stick, and it is still tacky, so there shouldn't be a line, and but the little gears shouldn't fall through either. So I've already mixed up 8 more ounces of the 4-hour fast cure, put the sparkle dust in it. So I'm just going to dump this in and get the little gears in. And I am going to use the whole 8 ounces. And then get the gears in, and I'm going to see how long this layer takes. And I'm thinking about, let me just put this on them. I'm thinking about putting the heat mat on for about 10 minutes, depending on how long this layer takes to cure. Stay tuned to the channel, because look what I did with the leftovers. This is just about, it only needs like an ounce or 2 left, and this will be the giveaway coming up soon. I don't know if I'll have it on this one. I'm not doing the giveaway. Even if it's full on this one, I'm not doing the giveaway on this video. It will be an upcoming video. All right, let's get some gears in. And we're just going to put a different, I'm not going to put a ton of them in. Like I said, I want to fill in spots with the layers, layering them. And I do want to flip them over, making sure there are no bubbles forming underneath them. See, there's a couple bubbles that just came out. They are sticking right to that other layer. So maybe I'll just dip them in on their way down, instead of just dropping them in. Whoops. And like I said, I'm going to keep spaces between them. This way you can see the layers of them. This one I want something in the middle of, if it fits. Yeah, that'll fit. Let's see, what do we got? Let's do one of these little thingies. And another one. How about a silver one? All right. This one I don't want to use. Let's see, what do we have? Get some small ones in. It's definitely sticking to the first layer, so that's good. Let's see. Is that enough for now? I think that's probably enough. Maybe I'll put one more in over here. I don't want to fill it too much with this layer. All right, if this one takes more than an hour, then I'm gonna put the heat mat on for a few minutes. But let me just pop more bubbles. And also go around this whole edge. I see a couple bubbles right there. Let me get them off. Come on, get out. They will make a void in your final outcome if you don't get these bubbles off. And I do not want to have to fix this. All right, we'll do this about 3 or 4 more times. All right, we are on the last layer. This is layer number 6, and it has been about 6 hours since I started the project. So you could do this whole thing in one day if you have a heat mat. So I learned after the first layer that took 2 hours. The second layer I let cure most of the way until like 45 minutes passed, and it still wasn't getting anywhere near. So I threw the heat mat on, and 15 minutes later it was ready to go. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm using the heat mat. And it took 30 minutes from pouring to sticky. Some of them were a little more than sticky, so I'm praying that I don't have a line because of it, because I got busy and then you know what happens. So I shouldn't have any lines in the project, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna throw my red mica powder. This is the closest to true red that I have. And this one is called red, probably. Deep red. I will link it below. I know red is the hardest color to find to get a good red once I can get this screwed on over here. Techno Ruse cosmetic grade mica powder, deep red. So instead of trying to mix it in this large cup, I'm gonna actually just kind of make a little pigment paste and then put it right back in to the 8 ounces. So I have 8 ounces. I don't think I'm going to use it all, but I wanted to make sure I can dome this. So just, yeah, if you can mix, especially that amount of powder in a full cup is gonna go everywhere. All right, just mix it really, really good, and then I'm gonna pour it in here, and I'm going to mix it really, really good again. Scrape it all out. Grab my stick. Don't want to waste any of this precious red. And then again, I will put my heat mat on and get this cured. And then we can unmold and see what the sides look like. Get some lettering on it and see if it needs anything else. I'm gonna just play it by ear. She lets me pretty much do what I need to or feel like I should do, and she also doesn't want pictures. She wants it mailed to her so she could be surprised on her items. So she trusts me that much. Oh, and I do have to do these little guys to see how they turned out. They are cured too. They've been sitting on the heat mat every single time it got turned on. Now we do have to put her ashes in. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix those in right now. Just a tiny, tiny little bit. And then we're gonna pour it in. I will use my heat gun to get around these edges. Hopefully we don't get any bubbles on this last layer. And I can't go as crazy as I did because I do have it kind of full. I do need it. It needs to be propped up for some reason on this side. Just a little more full on this side. Let's see what it looks like. All right, I have some red left over, so I'm gonna make her something with it since her son's ashes are in there. So let me find some molds for her, and I'll see you on demold. Everything is cured. Are you ready to unmold? I'm so excited. So let's do the extras first. So the extra red, I made her a pair of earrings and a pendant, and we will finish these off. Very pretty for her, probably with some sparkle dust because she loves that stuff. All these molds she bought me. She bought me the turtle, she bought me the heart, she bought me the moon. So I figured what better molds to make with the extra resin than the ones that she wanted me to have. So she chose them for a reason, so I figured let's use them. Look at that sparkling little moon. Super pretty. Haven't done it in red yet. What a perfect color for the heart too. Nice and pretty. All right, the turtle. We all know this one is everybody's favorite. Really, really nice. I'm not sure if she wants a keychain. I will ask her what she wants this made into, if anything, before I just automatically do a keychain. All right. Let's see if these guys turn out. I think this one did not, just from looking through the side of it. It was too much pink. And then we'll choose which one. Or if they're both good, she can have them both. What am I gonna do with them? Well, he's striped. Striped more than marbled. Not the best job, but hopefully this one has a better pattern. I can't believe that yellow's gonna get the best of me. Let's see. Hopefully this one is better. Oh, I think this one's better. He's better. Much better. Not too bad. A yellow ear, a pink ear. Okay, good. We finally have a bear for her. Maybe I'll just do both of them and they will be a set. All right, so let me move these little molds aside. For the clock, I asked her if she wanted anything on it, and she said not necessarily, but she would have liked the dates on there, on the back. And I really didn't want to just put dates on. So I went ahead and I did a monogram, kind of a monogram. And I just put his initial in here. And I know she didn't tell me to do that, but I think that she will like it. And I know that she lets me have free reign. So I'm going to put it on. Actually, before I do that, that was close. I'm going to put the dates here and here. So let's put his birthday on this corner. And I'm going to do it before I unmold it, just so I don't have to put the face of that clock onto my board. And I did it in silver, $524.99. And then 12/8 of 18. Just gonna cut the bottom of this real quick, a little bit closer, so I can see where I need to put it. I can see through the masking tape pretty good. I was not about to mess around with transfer tape because it just never works for me. All right. (12/8/2018). That looks good. And then we'll put the monogram, make sure it's the right way. I do have a little bit of overpour right here I'm seeing that I'll have to trim. I think this will be pretty. I don't think she's going to complain. There we go. What do you think? You like? I think it's gorgeous. I hope you like it, Barbara. All right, you ready to get this out? I'm so excited to see the edges. I really don't want lines. I don't want lines. Little tiny piece there. I domed it pretty good, but unfortunately right there I'm gonna have to trim. I did not want to have to trim anything on this piece. All right. Are we ready to see the final outcome? Oh, let's look at the side. Look at that. There are no lines. No lines at all, other than the red one, but what are you gonna do? What do you think? I have to go grab a clock face. I think it looks good. Wow. I think it looks great, and it sits on its side like this. That's the way it goes. Okay, let me find, actually, I'm going to trim this off somehow, carefully, and find a clock face and come right back. Everything is done. Let me show you. So she didn't want anything done with the turtle, so the turtle's going just as it is. I put a little heart charm on the little moon and a little glitter glass at the bottom. And then all I did was where I trimmed this, and you could tell it's trimmed. I always go over it with UV resin just to shine it up and finish it back off. So that's all I'm gonna do with that one. And then her pendant and earrings are finished. I took the crushed crystal and I put a quote on the top. The backs I did with just resin, that way they look finished and it's nice and shiny. So I did give her a little bit of sparkle on those. And then because I don't know which one, I'm just giving her both of them. I did one in yellow and one in pink. And the yellow one got the gold crown and the pink one got the silver crown. So she could do with them whatever she wants to. And then for this, I just don't think it needs anything. So I put the clock 12 at an angle because it's going to be sitting on, well, she could turn it. You could pull this out. You could pull the clock out and put it any way you want. But if it's sitting on its side like this, you need the 12 to be facing up. So that's why it is not at the right angle. So if you're looking at it like this, it is perfect. So that's it. I am so pleased with the side of it. You could definitely see the dimensions in the different layers. And the back came out beautiful. So I hope you like it, Barbara. that's it for today, I guess, you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Stick around for those final photos, and you all have a blessed day. Bye.